The last best of 3 of the day in the round of 16 of the Caseking Christmas Cup. We have starting to the top left Life as the Zerg player in red. Down to the bottom of the map his opponent here in merry-go-round. It is first. And well, this is a round of 16 game. The victor is going up against Parting in the round of 8. I'm Khaldor and casting with me is Todd, who can give us a few more details and numbers about those two players and especially of course their record against each other.
Yeah, okay, so they've met 4 times in the past. Life has won every single time, but not just that. It's 10-1 in maps, Khaldor.
That's very depressing for first, but on the other hand, every series is going to break at some point, right?
I guess. I mean, he's already won a map, if you want to look at the bright side of things.
That's the bright side, that from 10 maps you won 1. That's your bright side, really? That's not much of a bright side, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, he's already won a map. Like, 1 and 10 is better than 0 and 10, Khaldor. That's all I'm saying.
You mean there's light at the end of the tunnel? It can, like, I would actually say it's so bad that from here on out it can only get better.
Yeah, I guess.
Life is
first,
actually...
Go ahead.
I was just like mentioning that Life did not go for that gas cancel that he usually does when he wants to go into the oversupply. He just lets that gas go through and goes straight into the pool. So we have an old school build. That's basically the build that we had at the beginning of StarCraft 2 of 14 gas in the pool.
Yeah, it's pretty cheesy actually.
That's
like,
not
you have to do
cheesy.
quite a bit of damage.
That's a style. Zergs can't be cheesy even if they try.
Can you keep your Zerg bias away from this cast?
I have to make up for the Protoss bias that comes out of France right now. So
what
I
do you mean
think
Protoss bias? I want Protosses to lose.
yeah, and why? Because you want them to be patched to get better.
No. That's not true.
That denial right there, I love it.
Well,
But yeah.
second guess for first. I mentioned this earlier with Mana being one of the guys who, for quite a bit of time, actually, I guess that it's kinda old. Like when Protosses used to do that, I think it was like back on the Belcher Vestige days, where like you do this 1 gate expand with some sentries. We could see something like that here out of first.
On the other hand, we have Life now going into the hatch, and he got gas. He is getting his speed. He pulled out of gas again. He just goes for Zerglings, and the more important part is that first scouted all of that. He went into the wrong direction first and scouted top right, but then he saw what was going on and is trying to somehow prevent any damage taken. So we have him actually like with a block at the wall going for the second gateway there right now. And, well, double gas, mentioned by Todd already. The Lynx shouldn't really be able to do too much, but he definitely keeps the pressure up and is going to delay a potential base a bit.
I wonder what's first gonna go for here. Does he go for something like a Stargate? Like, why double gas this early? Usually we want to go for a Stargate, but after the Nexus. And now, since his Nexus is being prevented from going down, well, how does he adjust? Actually, the Zealot.
Oh god, it's a Mana Zealot.
God
Wow.
Get another building.
That's bad. I mean, that's really bad. That sentry is... Oh, with that speed upgrade! Oh no, sentry goes down and the Lings are still alive, buying him time. And back at home, he's droning up. He's getting also the queens out now. The Lings are just racing through everything. There's even more Lings down at the bottom, so units lost. It's just like 6 Zerglings against 1 sentry, but it's so worth it.
Every time Life is playing, his Lings get in and he does damage. What the hell is this? Just go open Forge and make 5 cannons at the front of your base. I'm not like getting into damage. It's ridiculous. I've seen it so many times.
Wow, he gets another probe there too, so he killed 2 probes there as well. It's like somehow they're just like completely covered in grease or something, and it just like squeeze into the tiniest holes there and get past the army, past the Zealot. That's...
First needs another building at his ramp here.
You know, it's like Life always finds a way.
God damn it, Khaldor.
Hey! There cannot be enough Jurassic Park references, okay?
20 more Lings on the way, by the way, and first is not close to walling off anytime soon.
No, and
They're
he's
gonna go
also...
up ramp. He's gonna get a cancel on the Nexus. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's not only that. I mean, with the Nexus completed, you could go for Nexus or Photon Overcharge, but you can't even do that right now. So Life is taking into lair as he is cancelling that base. With the force fields, you could maybe stop it, but the problem is, even if you stop it, like then you're suddenly out of energy. Is he really going to go for that? Look at the Zerglings just like trying to take down the sentries, and he still has a Roach one up. There are more Zerglings streaming in right now. It looks like he might actually get that Nexus and then that Photon Overcharge. So first, amazing as it is, holds for now, but that wall is not going to get through.
Yeah, and I guess Life made a lot of units rather than drones here. He's on 33 drones against 29 probes. He's not going to kill that Nexus. I really thought he was going to be able to get a cancel.
But he has the tech done. The lair is done, the Roachborn is there, he gets the drones up right now. The Harvester count is at 37 versus 31. I'm amazed that first it was able to really hold that. I thought that he would lose at least the Nexus and had to cancel it, but he really got that through. He baited a bit with the sentries, didn't lose any. So far that's good, but he lost all like map pressure that he would have liked to have as Protoss, and the tech is really behind it. We have Burrow being used by Life, by the way.
Yeah, that's so smart actually. I think Life knows that in terms of tech, first he's going to have absolutely nothing, most likely a Forge, which he's right about, but no Robo. When you go for this, you're going to delay your Robo a lot, so if he attacks with a lot of Roaches and has Burrow as well, he could do a lot of damage. If he gets attacked by a lot of Sentries and Zealots and some Stalkers, he will do very well with Burrow defensively, so both options are still open here. He could be aggressive, he could be defensive, and man, those links, just wall off first, for fuck's sake. Like,
the Protoss so passion is there.
You know, actually, it's funny. Like
oh god, no, he lost all. Thought he lost the rest of them as well.
Last time I played Life in a tournament, I think it was at DreamHack, I opened Gateway with a wall off at my ramp, and usually you will always cancel the Zealot, but I was like, it's Life, I'm gonna let the Zealot finish. Guess what? Lynx came, and they couldn't get in, and they couldn't do any damage. I still got wrecked, but I proved my point.
Well, the thing is that first got pretty much wrecked down there. He got like 7 probes killed, sorry, 7 sentries killed. He would have loved if it was only probes, but that's 700 gas there. And at first I really thought that at least he would be able to keep half of them alive, but then Life just moves in again. Now the Roaches have been covered, and Life just always prepares another step. Like, look at this. He moves in with the Roaches. First seeing this, he's trying to force field off, and he's already worried about the Roach aggression, and behind of that, Life is getting another 2 gas and goes straight for Spire. How is he ever going to be able to defend against Mutalisks?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. He needs to somehow see it coming, and right now, first he's focused on defending against Roaches. He's getting an Immortal. He has no idea. He's still getting the Twilight, though. Like, if he gets enough Stalkers out to survive for a little bit longer, and he gets Blinked, he's going to have a lot of possibility to basically maybe attack, or even just defend well enough that he can go into maybe Phoenixes or third base. But it's going to be tricky. I mean, Life is already saturated across 3 bases, and he's going to get a lot out.
Life is basically just like showing a carrot in front of first face, while with the other hand he's just swinging a baseball bat and trying to aim at the back of his head. The Mutalisk are going to start flying into the mineral line in the main base while he puts pressure up at the front line. And First does, at this point, definitely not see this coming. He has a few units to the top right, though. I have no idea how he got that pile on there. I didn't even see the probe move out on the map. But that Zealot run by in the mineral line of Life's third base, that's at least disrupting it for now. But 11 Mutalisks are on the way, and wow, he actually has the Scout in the main base now with a Warp Prism and sees what's coming.
He saw the Spire and he started the Stargate, but that's the saddest Stargate I've ever seen. He's literally gonna die before it even finishes.
Stargate with a frowny face, confirmed by Todd. Well, so far at least he got a bit of damage and disrupted Life's flow and momentum for a few seconds. He leaves that Zealot alive, like God knows why. 6 kills, the Zealot actually still does work. Life is apparently not realized. Okay, now he kills it with the drones, but still he lost another few.
And the flashbacks, you know, actually the draw that they had, because they had a draw on Deadwing after a very long game. It was Zealots against drones at the end. I'm not kidding you. And then the first messed up and got surrounded, his last Zealots, by the drones of Life. And Life was left with one last drone. And he won with one last drone. I'm not kidding you.
Life is already transitioning out of it again, by the way, like while we're talking about drones and that. We have him with a Hydra den now, droning up again, having the Mutalisks there. He sees what's happening in the main base, and he actually for a second was really thinking about attacking those Stalkers. He turns around and takes one of them down, and now that they're in Blink cooldown, he gets another one. He gets one, and the rest moves in down from the base. He could even fight that as long as the sentries aren't there.
Yeah. Rhino first is feeling the full discomfort of falling behind against a player like Life. He knows that Life is on 3 bases, and he knows that he's not going to be able to take his own 3rd base anytime soon, but he's still probably going to try for it. I don't think he'd go for a 2 base here. Then again, both ideas are equally as bad. Trying to squeeze out more Phoenixes, getting Immortals. I might actually go for a 2 base. The thing is, there's going to be so many Hydralisks out, and not a single Colossus, that first not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, right now, Life is already doing so much with the Mutalisk alone. First is another pylon up at the top that he can utilize to just, like, get a few Zealots into the base, maybe, and try to disrupt mining. But he's 50 supply behind. The Phoenix
Another War Prism. Let's see. He goes into the main, sends Zealots in the 3rd base at the same time to try and distract, and yeah, he should... Yeah, first, this is going to be his attack here very soon that he needs to go for.
But those Hydras are coming out right now, and Hydras are just wrecking gateway units if they get in a good spot. There are 14 of them on the map. The Zealots are being taken out by the Mutalisks, and, well, the Queen even burrowed to escape with that.
Check out the production tab.
I don't even want to see it. Went behind Dark Shrine.
It's the Chris Loranger Shrine.
Yeah, well, let's see if that's going to be successful. If you're 80 supply behind, I guess that's a chance that you can take.
First, his army looks so sad, man. It's so small.
That's what she said. Roach Hydra is starting to move in right now in the mid lane. In the middle.
Double the army supply.
I don't even want to look at that tab. I'm still refusing, but I see it at the top right. A 60 supply lead in army supply. And oh boy, is first behind. Right now the Stalkers blinking back, exposing Immortals and Sentries, Roaches and Hydras making their way. And at the same time we have the Mutalisks wrecking the mineral line at the natural, taking everything down at the bottom of the map. First is still starting to maybe get a bit ahead there, and he could actually take down all of the Hydras that we see up at the top, but he loses everything back at home. Even the Stalkers that he has now in position he's gonna lose there. And the Mutalisks are also going to clean out all of those units. The mining of first is really low, but actually he closed that gap in supply significantly. The question is just, will he be able to defend against the second wave?
The thing is, his economy has been weakened a lot. Like, at home he's not going to survive no matter what, so he's committed to winning with this. Life knows that, so he pulls the drones, and he should have enough to hold on. If he had kept his mothership core back at home, he could have overcharged and then had enough economy for some DTs and maybe won, but I mean, right now, first he's down to his last few units, and even though he's going to put up a good fight, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Nah, he just doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the sustain and income to really allow him to warp in another round of units. And Life, he might have sacrificed a few of his drones to hold there, but he took everything down that First had in his own natural. So there's nothing for First to do except to tap out. He's, again, 80 supply behind at 1027, and Life takes game number 1 in this best of 3, and therefore puts himself 10 wins to 1 loss against First in an overall record. And First needs to change that right now. More than that even? Wow.
Yeah, it was 10-1 before, so now it's 11-1.
11-1, and First, if he wants to advance, needs to win 2 in a row now against Life. So let's find out if he can do that. If not, the game in the round of 8 will be Parting versus Life. So let's see what's going to happen on map number 2 between the 2 players here on screen. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We have King Sejon Station being the map, and down to the bottom right with the 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series, it is Life. And once again he found a way in the first map. He just like squeezed those Zerglings past First Zealot, got into the main base, and that's where that downward spiral began for the Protoss player. First losing the game, has to win 2 in a row now if he wants to advance to meet Parting in the round of 8, but Life of course has other plans. And as you say, life is what happens while you make other plans, and that could be the case for this series as well. Enough bad puns, because Todd is already like frowning, so let's just jump right into it with game number 2 between First and Life.
You know, first, on this map, I've actually seen him do a lot of builds where he goes for Stargates, and then he goes for that old school style that SOS popularized very well, where you get a bunch of Void Rays, Charge Lots, and then tech into Templars. And he's done so, like, I literally think he might be maybe even the best, but at least in top 3 of players that can use this build well. And the thing about it is that it's never used anymore, so nobody really knows how to counter it well anymore, because they don't play against it too much. So if he was to go for that, he definitely would have a decent chance of like tricking Life. But keep in mind, Life played against First when he used that style last time that they played in Toronto, well, I mean, which wasn't last time per se, but he played against that, and he kind of knows in a way how to play, even though it was a draw in one of those games on Deadwing.
I think Life, actually, like talking about just his play in general and his aggression too, I think the fastest series, the shortest series that I've ever casted in the GSL was when Life was playing. I don't really remember who his opponent was, but I remember that he won it with a 2-0, and I don't think, like, I think in total, I don't even remember, to be honest, but I think it was even a Zerg versus, not quite sure what it was, but it was like both games combined took less than 5 minutes. He just went in and completely demolished them, and just started laughing, came out of the booth with his big smile, and went home. And like this kid, like that's basically what he did there. And this kid in just Korea, it's like amazing. I mean, I've first seen him play and met him in the studio when he was like 13 or 14 years old, and yeah, just this year, when I met his girlfriend, I was like, well, is he really that age already? It was kind of funny. His girlfriend is, by the way, smaller than he is, or like even a bit shorter than he is. So that was pretty fun that he found.
I'm very impressed by Life too. Like, can you imagine winning a tournament with 100k as first prize for 17?
Not about only that. The Royal Roader, he was 15 when he won GSL for the first time, which was just absolutely incredible. Like, this kid is so damn good, it's really scary.
Imagine what he's gonna be like when he grows older, man.
I mean, think about what happened with Stefano. Stefano was 12 when he was playing Warcraft 3, but Stefano was so much older when he finally reached his peak and started winning tournaments. And Life at the age of 15 winning big stuff like that, and now just like being still so young, and I don't think he even has reached his peak yet there.
So what's his limit, man? He's gonna be king of the world or something?
Dude, when Warcraft 4 comes out, he's gonna dominate everything.
Warcraft 4 will be too easy for somebody like Life. He like takes on a new challenge and like plays chess.
Don't put it down before it was even announced, Todd. It's going to be the most amazing game of all times that viewers will love and players will appreciate, that there's no real skill ceiling, that the player with the best skill is always going to be like
me,
owning everything. You. Well, we can only hope. When I saw Overgrowth announced at BlizzCon, my first reaction was, Blizzard, you misspelled Warcraft 4. I'm disappointed. But we can hope.
It's not the cycle of RTS games, man.
Yeah.
Warcraft 4 will be announced like some years after Legacy of the Void is out.
It would be nice. It would definitely be nice. But well, for now we have StarCraft 2, and that's a great game as well. It might not reach the epic proportions of Warcraft 4, but still. StarCraft 2, we have 22 Zerglings for Life, who goes into speed and the Roach Warner again. The gateway count, on the other hand, for his opponent is at 4 now. So this time First is trying to put some aggression out there. We have him with his natural already all set up. With the 4 gates that he has, he can start pressuring the third base that Life is trying to establish, and that pylon is definitely indicating that.
Yeah.
Life hasn't seen
You know what's really funny? Like, most Zergs, they will defend right now. They will be scared. But Life...
You know, Life is actually...
He saw the gates and he wants to attack. It's so ridiculous.
He actually moves back now. Oh, the sentries! No, not again. I still have flashbacks from the last game where he lost 7.
Why did you move out first?
Look
Why
at
did
that.
you do this to yourself, man?
The thing is, like, against Life, you feel like a lot of players just like sit tight and wait until they get a beating. So I like it that First is trying to take the initiative. It's just like not happening. He loses the sentries. He loses the sentries and he's trying to defend up at the top. And he didn't even try to recall. He lost already 3 sentries. He's gonna lose more than that. There's the 4th. That's so much gas already lost. Oh
man.
god.
I wanna do a group hug with Mana in First.
Oh god.
It's Target, the Desperation's Target.
The Desperation Stargate, I like
Not
it.
sad anymore, it's full of despair.
It's desperate already, alright. Those 4 gates, by the way, that were supposed to pressure the 3rd base, never even got close to that 3rd. Those gateway units were stopped midway by Life, who just was like, ah, yeah, I know that stuff, I know how to deal with that.
God damn it, Life is so damn good. I'm just thinking
He
of
has to
Punk.
kill his own pilot now as well.
Yeah. You know, during BlizzCon, I was watching the games for the round of 16 with Funka, and then when he saw Teja play, he kept on repeating like he was literally like, he couldn't believe it how good Teja was, so he kept saying Teja, freaking base god, and he kept repeating that like a bot. Or like everything. I just want to do the same with Life right now because Life is so sick.
Life is, I mean, this play that we see here right now is absolutely out of this world. But, well, First has not given up yet, and we shouldn't give up on him either. We have him with the first Oracle in the game. He's going also for War Prism. You can definitely see that with the units that he's currently building, he wants to do something, you know? He wants to be taking the initiative and wants to put some pressure on Life. And in terms of supply, he's actually still at the same level as Life. He's 87 versus 86. He's trying to get that 3rd base up. He knows that Life is on 3 bases, and this time he's saying like, okay, I'm not gonna go for aggression like here. I'm just trying to get my 3rd base up, and if I get that, if I stabilize on that, I might be able to get that army out that will allow me to take him down.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't even make sense what's First doing. Like, he made an Oracle and a War Prism. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, drop the ramp of his opponent, try to force field it, and then protect it with an Oracle against Hydralisks? Even
Yes.
2 Oracle, like, there is 12 Hydralisks on the way.
You're so negative. Please remind me
Okay.
that if I ever compete
Alright,
in
keep your
anything,
eyes
if
open, Khaldor.
it's sports or whatever, never to ask you what my chances are, because right now we're just like going all fighting and Kappa for First, and you basically kill all the hope that he has at the beginning, because it's false hope, I guess. Oh god.
Alright, the Oracle's gonna get in there, guys.
It's
I
get-
really
he
don't
got
know what's gonna
3
happen.
kills.
Maybe he's gonna get some drones. No, it has to run away now. It's gonna be up for the War Prism to make something happen. He gets a drone on the Queen. He's gonna snipe some drones here and there, maybe. Maybe the Hydralisks go away so that he can kill more, but no, the Zealots instead, so that First achieves absolutely nothing with the War Prism, guys. Is that what you wanted?
Not quite, but it was good. uh,
Infestation Pits, okay, he's just gonna make Vipers and kill him.
the more I listen to you and the more I watch, the more I feel sorry for First. And that group up scenario just pops up in my head where you, Mana, and First just get together. You buy a chocolate ice cream, you watch a sad girl movie, a chit flick, and you just like cry the entire evening and hug each other.
Actually, this could be a very bad attack for Life if First force fields are good, but he's really scared. It's so funny because he wasn't scared of the attacks he should have been scared of, and right now when he could fight, I think he just pulled back and he let Life just take a good position on those buildings to really snipe a lot of them.
Yeah, Life already snipes half of them, and there are the force fields, the circling, so a few of them are in. The attack that we saw with the War Prism at the bottom was taken out, except for that one Zealot that is still doing work, that has 4 kills so far. The force fields at the top left, still decent. Army supply 46 versus 46. First is actually not doing too bad just now. Life
Yeah.
has the Hive Tech on the way. That's of course the downside here, but the 3rd base at least for First is there. You see Toddy got that 3rd. He's mining. Alright.
I don't understand why Life attacked here. Like a lot of his attacks, sometimes they don't make sense and they work a lot of the time, but this one was really pretty garbage actually. Like, he just got force fielded and lost everything. I said it from the start, it wasn't a good idea, and now all of a sudden First has caught up in supply. There is a timing here that he's gonna try to hit where he can do damage before Vipers have some good abducts. And he starts drop by accident, cancels it immediately because he starts to draw by accident almost every single game, so now he got used of it, he checks for it.
Should just remove the hotkey. Catches a few stalkers on the map, but nice pickup there. So first saves unit, first cares, you know, that's what I appreciate about him. He cares about every single unit on the map, saves the stalkers, and moves them now down to the big part. Oh, there's the Vipers, out without the energy, force fields, trapping.
He's getting 3 more Vipers.
Yeah, he's trapping also a lot of those Hydras. That's what First just did. The Zerglings at the top could have attacked that base, sacrificed themselves and got a few probe kills. Didn't do that. There come the Vipers. First Colossus is down. And, well, I guess the chance that the second one is going to survive are pretty slim.
The Concave was good for First, but he would have lost everything if he stayed, so he's pulling back now. He might have to recall even. Templar Archives on the way. First not out of it just yet, but still behind. Like if life just masses out well of roaches, hydras, and then does a timing real soon, I don't think that First is going to be able to hold. But then again, with the first Templars entering the field, this becomes another game.
Well, the thing is, maybe Life was just thinking about giving First some false hope and then take it away. You know, that cruel streak that he has.
I've thrown away a lot of games myself. So even though it wasn't intentional, I know exactly what you mean, Khaldor.
Well, right now we have those High Templars. We do not have the Storm yet. We have, in terms of units, still that mix between Hydras and Roaches, and Storm, of course, against that is amazing, especially against the light armored Hydras. They just have no HP. If the one Storm hits those guys, they are immediately toast and going down. But Life is moving in as we speak, and Storm is still miles away for the Protoss player. 140 army supply against 86, and oh, the Vipers! Completely out of position. They're completely way to the front, and bam, 2 of them down. Viper count is down to 1. We have 3 Colossi.
He's injured, actually. If he feels back that one, the Colossus are gonna reign supreme with force fields. He's going around. He's gonna get the abducts.
Gets 1 Colossus, could get a second one. There are hallucinations. There's the feedback that we've been talking about. And now suddenly Life might not be able to bust through that after all. Is he going to get any of those Colossi? It doesn't really look like it. And he attacks the wrong one. He attacks the hallucination. First swaps in another round of units. Life could very well lose this now. There it is.
He's just going to lose right there and then.
GG First takes it. Brings us into a 3rd game of the series. Well done by him. Life, of course, helping him out with a very questionable attack, and then that positioning of the Vipers that were supposed to take down the Colossi. So First takes the opportunities that he gets here by his opponent and brings us into game number 3 of the series. Up to the top right of Catalina, we have Life in this best of 3 at the Caseking Christmas Cup. He's going up against First, starting to the bottom right in this series on the 3-player map. The last map of the day, the last map in the round of 16. Life looking dominant in game number 1, and then in game number 2 for a long time looking like the victor there as well, but allowing First to get back into the game, and the Protoss player took those opportunities, turned things around, won the game, and has a shot at winning this series and advancing to face parting in the round of 8. So let's find out if First can pull it off, or if Life is just turning on the boss mode again and takes another victory here.
Do you think Life believes in Santa?
Well, he might. The thing is, like, I don't think he really believes in Santa Claus because he doesn't need anybody to give himself presents. If he wants a present, he just takes it.
That's true. Maybe he believes he's Santa himself. Like buying a car for his parents and stuff. That would be sick.
Rich kids.
You know, actually, in Korea, all those players that are like young, or especially the young ones, but I guess maybe up even until like being 19 or 20 would still be considered young. They let their parents manage their money.
I know.
So like yeah.
But it's also like one of those things that, for example, like oftentimes you hear that a player that wins a lot of money is going to give his parents like most of it. It's also like one of those things that happens when you get married in Korea, that your parents kind of pay for everything, not only the wedding, but like also if you, for example, get an apartment, or if you get a house, if you like get a car, they're going to pay for all of that. So it's basically one of those exchange things where you give your parents a lot of the money, but you get a ton of it back then when you marry, which is like for Koreans one of those like big things in their life. Like especially Korean women, when they are 30 and not married yet, are considered being weird. So once that happens, that you marry, then you get all of that paid by your parents.
That's Korean cultural knowledge, man. It's here. It's real.
I learned a bit in those 3 years. But still, like, for us Europeans, if you think about winning a big tournament, nobody would then say, like, all right, I give my parent, like, all the money that I just won. That
Oh,
just
I know
wouldn't
about
happen.
it, man. I made some money in Warcraft 3.
And you
burnt all
told
of
your
it on
parents,
clothing and
like, yeah,
clothes.
screw you, I'm not gonna give you $1.
Exactly.
That's how they do it in France. And here as well. Nah.
Okay,
Cool.
let's see.
Cultural differences. 3 bases for life already. Taking that early 3rd base, even before the 420. Double edge before
Actually-
pool, actually.
Yeah, it's not really like live to do this, but from time to time he likes to mix it in. Like Life is definitely one of the players that likes to play aggressive mostly, but that can also sometimes recognize like that he can play a little bit to his image and play a little bit greedier. And in this case, since he got scouted, first knows exactly where he's at, that there's not going to be any link speed annoying him early on. You should not underestimate the slow links though. It's
Oh,
life,
yeah.
I mean.
MC is gonna be able to tell you a story of that or two. Like those games that he lost against Roro back then on maps like Daybreak with the slow links that just moved into his base because he scouted out with his Stalker or his Zealot.
Yeah.
That was just brutal. I love it
Come
when
on,
you
it
have...
was Daybreak, man.
Huh?
It
Sorry?
was Daybreak though.
I said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Daybreak is...
Oh yeah. But it was like different. It was actually like 2 or 3 maps where MC lost against that. It wasn't only Daybreak. I think on Cloud Kingdom he lost a map to the exact same style. I just
Oh
really
yeah, I
love...
remember actually that build was popular on Cloud Kingdom and Basher Vestige.
Yeah. It was really nice if you like see that the player's style or like his scouting patterns are figured out so much that you see that counter build. I mean, my prime example is always Parting versus Lenok, where Lenok just like completely blindsided him because he knew exactly where Parting would position every single probe and what he would do. That was the first time that we actually saw a double hatch before a pool in a professional match when Lenok built against Parting, because he knew that Parting never scouts past the first watchtower on a map like Daybreak. If you really know a player and he's so predictable, you can do a lot with that. A player who also suffered from that is Marine King, for example.
Yeah. 3 spores are going down for life here. It was surprising.
I think that's the
Usually-
better save than sorry Spore Crawler.
There is no such thing that better safe than sorry in StarCraft 2, except for the wall of SAS Protoss, so that links don't go in Khaldor. No, I'm just kidding, but it's a massive commitment. If you don't want to sacrifice an overlord to see what's up in your opponent's base, a good way to do this is to make just a single spore at your natural. Because then you can filter out DTs, and if an Oracle flies it, you can move it as well, and then you have the Queens to help. But now 3 spores, that's a lot of money lost here for life. Like it's considered a big loss. Like any pro player that's watching this game right now is like, oh my god, like he lost so much money doing that.
Todd?
He not only used 3 drones, but spent a
There's
bunch of money.
no roach run and he moves in the main base with sentries. He could actually wall the ramp, and there's no way for building enough units in the main base to really hold that if he warps in. Oh, but Zerglings move in. And there we go. Those have to move back. But yeah, the thing is, like we talked a bit about that force field on the ramp and how you can really take down a player with this. And usually you need a roach run for that to get the most out of the lava that you have there. But right now there's
Yeah.
only Zerglings, and in this case I
Ooh.
feel that first kind of screwed it up a bit. If he would have force field that ramp immediately, he could have done a lot more damage. Maybe not killed life, but he could have done some work here.
Yeah, that War Prism wasn't transporting Santa, man. It was transporting sentries for the, as you said.
Okay, that was the worst
possible
joke that you made
Christmas-
today.
Come on, let me finish.
Not
It was gonna be the
Santa, but
Christmas miracle is what I was
sentries?
gonna say.
It wasn't...
Oh!
No, you're
What
not
is
getting
it?
away from this one. Oh! Oh no!
Oh my god. There goes your Christmas miracle, Khaldor.
Wow. That
He
was
starts
just
another one. He starts another one immediately.
the desperation prism.
Yeah, I guess. Well, he has the desperation robo as well.
Wow. That was...
Actually, that's the fuck my life robo more than desperation.
Yeah, that's just... right now, I mean, come on. First could have done so much damage here. But he has a pretty decent attack moving in towards this base. The Hydras are already there. The range upgrade isn't done yet, but still. Force fields... Oh god, Zerglings coming in from behind. Force fields
Oh
are
man,
there.
that's spore.
That's actually
Killed
trapping
him.
him more than anything else, and that Mothership Core doesn't have enough to recall back. This is the hammer that hits the anvil right there. Down goes everything that first possessed. This is all the hopes that he had for this series just being crushed. On the bright side, as you would say, he just won his second map against Life in this.
And he got a War Prism out, right? Or did he cancel that?
The Warp Prism, there is a Warp Prism. Yeah, the Warp Prism is on the way in the main base.
The
With
Christmas
the zealots.
miracle is real, guys.
Yeah,
First
I
he's
know.
gonna try to hold back at home. He's warping in sentries. He's got a Colossus now.
Screw you.
Come on, give me the best play-by-play you've ever given me, Khaldor.
For that?
Zealots wrecking the main.
Nah, I can't go down to the sellers are not wrecking anything, but down to the bottom we have that entire wall being wrecked, and first is not going to survive this, not even with the Colossus here. Colossus has no range. Colossus without range against Hydra with range. They have the same range, and that's why that Colossus is not going to make anything happen. Nope.
Wow, and then you criticize me.
I mean, that was the sick analysis that I expect from you. Those knowledge bombs, Todd.
God damn it, to look at that Colossus, the sad Colossus is dancing. 14 kills.
The sad Colossus has 14 kills with 1 hit point.
Common Lance is about to finish, guys. The hold is real.
He
He's gonna hold.
survives with
First
1
hold,
hit
he pulls the
point.
Tarson.
Okay, you gotta be joking, right? I mean, really? He
Yeah.
holds with a hit point on the Colossus?
What's Life doing? He has so much money.
Yeah, like, he has too much money. Like, he had... I don't even know.
He's getting 7 mutas and finishing the game. That's what he's doing, Khaldor.
I guess. Could get a lot more than that. I still can't believe that he let the Colossus live. Okay, now he comes back with the Vengeance and takes the Colossus out. That was the only thing that those units were supposed to do, by the way. He got so pissed at the Colossus that he sent them in to die to take down that Colossus because he was like, you don't deserve to live. And now he gets the Mutalisk that we were waiting for.
That War Prism's flying home. No more shields, but it's got hit points. And the mutas are gonna be bad news, and well, in classic Life fashion, links are gonna get in.
Yeah,
and there
of
isn't
course.
in the wall anymore.
Yeah, he broke the wall first, and that is going to be game. Lings down at the natural in the main base as well. First is trying to move in. He loses actually a Colossus to a Spore Crawler if he doesn't pay attention there.
Base trade is real, Khaldor.
Not
The
quite.
drones are evacuating. They're abandoning ship.
Yeah, they're already moving back. The problem is that he will never be able to defeat the Mutalisks. GG as first leaves the game. Live takes game number 2 in the best of 3. Closes it out to meet parting in the round of 8. Congratulations to Live taking down first. Unfortunate, of course, for the Protoss player. But as Todd would say, the bright side is he won his second map against Live.